Hello, darlings. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you are watching this. Hello, hello, hello. So, listen, we are on mistake number three. I'm super excited about this one, and this one is super close to my heart. We're talking about the real parts of being a leader, being an entrepreneur. And one of the things is this particular mistake can do irrevocable damage to your company. Portia, what is that mistake? It is unhealthy leaders can cause damage. My husband says this thing all the time, and we reverberate it around chart to heart in every area where we lead. Is that when leaders are unhealthy, the organization is at risk. When leaders are unhealthy, the organization is at risk. Why is it at risk? Because we understand that the health of any organization is tied to the health of its leaders, of its leadership, of its visionaries. And so, one of the things that we completely agree and completely like is part of our mission at Chart to Heart is we don't just want businesses to be healthy. We want the humans inside the business to be healthy. We want the people who work alongside of us. We want the people who are steering the ship. We want all of them to be healthy because we understand that it is absolutely tied. The health of the organization is tied to the health of the leaders. And so, as we're starting to build and grow our organizations and even our lives, it's important that we don't miss the main component of business, which is humans, the humans that power it. And if we just think about businesses as just another entity or just another thing that we do, then we will miss the fact that humans are inside of the organizations. Humans power this organizations. And we want to make sure that the humans inside these organizations that they are healthy. One of the things I always say is hurt people hurt people. Well, hurt leaders hurt people. And not just the people that they lead, but all of the people in their ecosystem. And so, what happens is when leaders are unhealthy, we build unhealthy cultures in our lives and in our businesses, and it is felt throughout both of them. The second one is unhealthy leaders, they lose motivation for vision. We rely on leaders to have vision, to be visionaries. Yes, we understand that everybody brings their own ingenuity, their own creativity, their own innovation. But what we do as an organization is we bring all that, but it lines up with the strategic vision. It lines up with the strategic goals. It lines up to where we're going. So if our vision is to leave Georgia and head to Florida, well, there's a roadmap to get there. And so, as we are within the organization, we're saying, okay, how do we get there? How do we get there most efficiently? How do we get there under budget? How do we get there to make sure we're bringing everybody along that's healthy? Where are the stops that we go? What are the milestones that we're going to hit? Are we going to look at the scenery? Are we going to do this? Are we going to stop here? How long are we going to stay in this place? And so it's important because if we don't know that we're leaving Georgia to go to Florida, then the people that support us, the people that execute, the people that bring that vision to life, they don't have anything to bring to life because there's no vision. That's why it's so very important that our leaders are healthy. We run the risk of hitting something. We run the risk of going in a direction that we were never intended to go, and we're bringing everybody along with us if we are not healthy. So, here are just a couple tools that I wanted to come in that I have learned, that I use, that I've talked to other leaders and other organizations that they have used and have found to be successful. I'm just going to give you two today, and we're going to follow up and give another two tomorrow. But these are two that I think will be beneficial to making sure that we stay healthy as leaders. One, separate life and business. Business is what you do. And because we spend so much time in it, because we have so much sweat equity in it, because it takes up and consumes a large part of not just our lives, but our minds, our thoughts, our ideas, our dreams, that sometimes we believe that business is who we are when business is what we do. We are a whole separate person outside of that, right? Even if we have a socially impactful business, the business is separate from your life. Put aside time for the things that you enjoy in your life. Literally, tomorrow is my birthday and I'm taking some time off and I'm going to do something that I really, really enjoy, which is bike riding. I love bike riding. It is time that I have set apart to do something that I love. And on that bike ride, I'm pretty sure I'll have new vision. I'm pretty sure I have things that I'm thinking about. It's one way that I disconnect from the business, as in the workings of the business, and I'm able to enjoy just bike riding. It doesn't stop my mind. And so what it does is it actually opens me up to more creativity, opens me up to more creative ways to how I can lead, how I can serve my team, how I can serve our clients, how I can serve my family and my community. That time put aside, not in a box that I have to think about business, but I can think about other things. That is so very important to me. And that is a huge part of why I think that we need to set aside that particular time. Number two is that put yourself in time out, or number two to this one is put yourself in time out. What does that mean? That means that you need to create boundaries around this time and around times that you are unavailable. We can't be available all the time. And so we have to put boundaries around the times when we are available, when we're able to show up, when we're going to be at our best. And so, one of the things that I do that I did when I was in corporate, I learned this when I was in corporate because I would have tons of projects going on, tons of people calling at all times in the morning, all times in the night. One of the boundaries that I set was that I did not answer any work emails until 9 o'clock. Why? Because that wasn't the first thing that I wanted to get up and think about. I wanted to navigate my day. I wanted to work out. I wanted to have time to meditate, or time to devotion, time to myself put aside. And so I didn't answer anything until 9 a.m. When I was in that boundary set to work. And then at night, there was a certain time that I put my phone on do not disturb so that I can have family time, that we can eat a meal. And then after my kids go to sleep, then I could pick up and have a couple more hours to work. Those times are set times, they're boundary times for me. And that's what I think is so important, is to put ourselves in timeout based upon setting up systems that work for us. Maybe the 9 o'clock doesn't work for you. Maybe 5 hours at night doesn't work for you, but set those times apart, because at some point we're going to have to step away from the business. We're going to have to step away from what we do, and we have to actually be the person that we are. And we don't want the people in our lives to not know this person and only know the business. And so, if we think that our personal lives do not bleed into our business lives, then clearly we have not learned anything from the pandemic. Is that we realized that businesses are human, that the people that power our businesses, that they are human, and that the things that are going on in our personal lives, they absolutely affect the things that are going on in our business life, and vice versa. And so that's why it's so important that we have that separation of life and business, right? We have that separation so that we have that time to take care of what we need to take care of for us. The second thing that I like to say is that John and I work together. So my husband and I, we work together. We lead together. We live together. We do all of the things together. And people ask us, how do you do that? Well, one, we really, really like each other. But one of the things that we have set aside is that we have implemented a yearly Sabbath for all of our executive leaders. So right now it's just he and I. We're the only two executive leaders. He's the CEO and I'm the principal operating officer, right? So we set time apart for executives. But as we bring more executives on, it is you take a week off. It's 5 days. It's not included in your PTO. It's not included in your sick. It is Sabbath, Sabbath, Sabbath. It is 5 days that you get that Sabbath, that you get to take off, because we want to make sure that you're taking that time, that you're replenishing, that you're resting, that you're relaxing, that you're doing stuff that you love, right? And so you get that time off. That's what we have started to implement so that we can ensure that our leaders are healthy, at least to the best of our ability. We also use the do not disturb mechanism on our phone. I'm telling you, it's not just to get focused work done, but sometimes it's important that we take 7 minutes out of our day, 10 minutes out of our day to take a walk, to just sit down and to do nothing. And so we absolutely on our phones are do not disturb. One of mine is like focus time. One of John's is like Sabbath. And so what we try to do, I know for me every day, is that I set 7 minutes of Sabbath to just sit back to do absolutely nothing. You could call it whatever you want to. We call it that because we understand the importance of rest, especially as leaders. We need that rest. And we also set aside time, like I said, during the evening and during the morning. It's so, so very important that we have these boundaries in place, that we separate our life and our business, right? That we put aside time for the things that matter most, that we put ourselves in time out, meaning I'm going to carve time out just for me, for my family, for the things that I love. I'm telling you, it's so very important because how many times have we seen leaders burn out? How many times have we seen people that are leaders suffer in silence because they don't have anywhere to go, because they don't have the time to just relax? But when we think about healthy organizations, that is whether it's corporate, whether it's a nonprofit, whether it's a family, whether it's a community, when the leader is unhealthy, the organization is at risk. So I hope you guys absolutely enjoyed this. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about a couple of other unhealthy or healthy things that we can do to ensure as leaders that we stay healthy. One of the things that I'm super duper excited about is that coming up September 19th through the 23rd, we are having what we call our 5-day peak performance intensive. Listen, it is 5 days. We are packing 6 weeks worth of information in 5 days. And what is that? It gives you a roadmap to your accelerated business results. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you're an aspiring business owner and you just feel stuck in your business and you don't really know what to do next, if you're looking for a proven framework to help you in your business to navigate what are my key result areas, where are those areas that I should be concentrating on, those areas that are revenue generating, those revenues that help out with client satisfaction. What are those numbers? What should I be targeting? What are my metrics based on that, right? If you're looking to grow or scale your business and try to figure out how do we get there, right? And so this is really going to help you to accelerate that. One of the parts in there is we talk about healthy leaders because we absolutely believe that the health of an organization is inextricably linked to the health of their leaders. So listen, if you look on the in the description, you can find it there. I also put it right here in the chat. You can go here and just sign up for the 5-day peak performance intensive. Put your name in, your email. We are going to release it next week. So then you can actually register. But we want to see people in there who are ready to take your business to the next level, that you're looking for peak performance, that you're looking for those things where you can set it up. You can take this roadmap and it can go with you and it can grow with you for every stage of your business. We want to help you get unstuck so you know what to do next. What is my execution plan? What does my operations look like? What does my offer look like? How do I get in front of my clients? And so we're really talking about all of that 5 days, just full of amazingness. So I want you to make sure you go to the link in the description. It's also in the comments as well. And I will see you all tomorrow. Walene, thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you did and you know some leaders, share this with them. Share the broadcast with someone. Share it, share it, share it. I think as leaders, sometimes we hold in everything that's going on and we're suffering in silence. So thank you all so much for joining, and we will talk tomorrow.